Great job today, guys. I think you're really starting to understand how to round decimals. So for our activity today, we're going to do some problems on the board, and then you're going to split up into groups of 2, and you're going to go back to the computers and play a really fun Jeopardy rounding game. But before we get to the game, let's go ahead and do the problems on the board so we can get some extra practice. So Abby, can you come up to the board, and I want you to round 0.4568. Okay, can you round down to the preceding thousand, please? That's so you do 0.456. Good job. Okay, can you round up to the next thousand? 0.457. Good job. Okay, can you round to the nearest thousand? That'd be the same, 0.457. Good job. Okay, thank you. Nancy, can you come up to the board, and I want you to round 1.728. Okay, can you round down to the preceding hundredth?
.72.
Good job. Can you tell me how you got that?
Well, I used where you showed us to look at this,
Uh-huh.
where 28 preceding means before, so if I'm counting by tens, it'd be like 10, 20, 30, and 20 would come before 28, so that would be our 2.
Very
1.72.
Very good. Okay, can you round up to the next hundredth?
Okay, that'd just be up then, so that'd be 1.73.
Good job. Okay, can you round to the nearest hundredth?
100. My 8 tells me to go up. 1.73.
Good job. Awesome. You guys have done really good with this. So, before we get to playing Jeopardy, I'm gonna review a little because I want to make sure you guys really got this down. So, okay, if I'm rounding to the nearest hundredth, and my number is 5.3248, and I'm rounding to the nearest hundredth, would I round up or down? Nancy?
We're rounding up.
Are we
Or
rounding?
rounding to the nearest.
We're rounding to the nearest hundredth.
100.
So am I going to round up or down?
Let's see, 2. Down, the 2 stays the same?
Good, because we're rounding to the nearest hundredth, so we're going to look to the number, the place value to the right, and it's a 4. So we're going to round down, or we're going to stay the same. So 5.32. Good job. Okay, so can anyone tell me what's tricky about rounding down to the preceding place value? That's okay. That's
It's
why
confusing.
it's confusing. Yes, it's a little bit tricky. So let's look back at this. 9.025. We're going to round to the preceding hundredth. Remember, let's look at this as if it's 25. So if you're counting by tens, 10, 20, 30, what tenth comes before 25?
20.
Good job. So we're going to round down to 20. We're going to pretend like we have an imaginary 0, so it would be 9.02. Good job. Okay, so when we're rounding to the nearest, or we're rounding whole numbers, this is an easy trick that I want y'all to remember so that you know how to do it. Look at the number. Let's go back to this one. Look at the number of the place value that you're rounding to. You're going to look to the right, and if it's 1 through 4, you're going to round down, or you're going to stay the same. If it's 5 or higher, you're going to round up. So if this were a 6, our number would be 5.33. And when you're rounding, even if you stay this, no matter if it's 1 to 4, 5 to 9, you stay the same, you round up. All of your numbers after the place value that you're rounding to, you're going to get rid of them. Because that's what rounding is we're going to round down so that we get a smaller number. So you're going to get rid of all the numbers after the place value that you've rounded to. All right, good job. So you guys have done an excellent job today. So I'm going to pass out your homework, and then you're going to split into groups, and you're going to go back to the computers. And remember, when we're at our computers, remember our computer rules and our working with partners rules. So tomorrow in math class, we're going to work on addition and subtraction of decimals, and it's going to help because we're probably going to have to round some. So everything that we learned today, I want you to remember it and work on it on your homework tonight so that you can apply it to everything that we learned tomorrow, because you guys are getting smarter every single day, okay? So you can go ahead and head back to the computers.